Hello and welcome to the Underdogs Dota 2 Tournament Season 2, the group stages. We are here in the match started from the Priestess of the Moon, also known as SftP, versus the Russian Stag, which means Maykro-Айс. That was their team name in Acrylic. And we already see Treant Protector. He will not make an appearance in this first game. He is getting banned out first. They don't want no trees around it. And we already saw Sammy Boy's team last night. They looked pretty good, winning 2-0 over Luna. We'll see if they will continue their strong start, or if we're gonna see some upset here. And already some time taken for this first ban. Also now captain being given around to different players. We'll see what's gonna happen here. They ban out the Omni Knight. Omni Knight was not played by SftP in the previous series, but it was played by the enemy team, and so they don't want to pick Omni Knight themselves. They just ban it out. And now we still have Vengeful Spirit, Doom, Tiny, Disruptor are all still in the pool. There's the Tiny gone. Now what will we see from the Radiant side here? And it is the Viper. Viper getting banned out. And now the last ban for the Dire side. They will have first pick. So do they want to go for a Doom here? They don't want to deal with the Winter Wyvern. Now, that does kind of look like first pick Doom if you're not banning it out here. If you ban out Doom, they might go for something like a Vengeful Spirit. And then you have to think about what do you do if they pick Drow Ranger. Vengeful Spirit plus Drow Ranger, such a strong combo. Very, very hard to deal with. And there they ban out the Doom. And what will be the first pick for Dire? They will go with the Magnus. We saw Ray play the mid laner of SftP play the Magnus yesterday. And he had great success. He bullied the enemy. What was it? Well, he bullied the the Queen of Pain. That's right, it was the Queen of Pain. He bullied the Queen of Pain pretty much out of lane. Got solo killed once, but apart from that, had a very solid performance. And now Radiant, they have their choices. They can go with Vengeful Spirit. There's Disruptor. There are all those nice heroes still available for the taking. Abaddon has made a very strong appearance in the minor. Io, if you have an Io player. And they go with the first pick Shadow Fiend. And then a Rubik, that's a little bit more common. But first pick Shadow Fiend. That's some balls. I'm not gonna lie, that's some pretty deep balls. There's a Disruptor pick. So already good silence against the Shadow Fiend, but Shadow Fiend is most likely gonna go the physical build, a physical damage build. So his right click are more important than his spells. Now there is still Vengeful Spirit in the pool. There's a Clockwork ban. Oh, they don't want to get anything with the cheese of like Clockwork Shadow Fiend and having Shadow Fiend just already have souls at the beginning of laning phase. Because that's some BS, they say. And there is a Ricky ban from the Radiant side. Now there's already good amounts of damage on Radiant. Like Shadowfiend, he will deal a lot of damage. Magnus, he also, with Empower, like we see, very weirdly, both these teams might have already picked their mid laner. There is a Razor ban. Razor pretty strong against Magnus, with all that movement speed and the static link. I'm curious to see how this draft develops here, because it's this first picking your mid laner. There is a PL ban. Are they thinking Drow Ranger here? Or Vengeful Spirit? There they go with the Vengeful Spirit. Now Dire, do they get the Drow Ranger? Because if they don't, I am like 80% sure Radiant is going to take it. And now what is Dire going to respond with here? What other good 4 positions are there? Treant has been banned out, Winter Wyvern is out, Clockwork is out, Doom's out. Doom has been played as position 4. There's still Lina, but it feels... You feel so squishy against Vengeful Spirit and Rubik. And there they go for the Spirit Breaker. Good lockdown, good chase. And it gives vision. The vision together with the Disruptor, setting up for easy glimpses. That's gonna be like... You set up a Thunder Strike from the Disruptor. And there's a Drow Ranger. I told ya. Spirit Breaker already a good step in the right direction to deal with the Drow Ranger, because he can just charge her and he's then right on top of her. But there's gonna be the defensive swap coming out from Vengeful Spirit.
10 seconds.
Now last 10 seconds plus then reserve time. Is Dire gonna go for Morphling? They picked the Wraith King yesterday and the Morphling for their safe lane. But they might just pick their off lane here. They could go for Centaur. He has a bit of a rough lane, but then later on, he might be... Like his whole team is going to be able to get on top of the Drow Ranger with Stampede. And now they are going to go with the Centaur. So more mobility. They have now the Magnus Cure, Spirit Breaker Charge, Centaur, Stampede, and all of that with a glimpse as well. So you can't run away from that lineup. They will charge you, they will Stampede you, they will glimpse you, they will skewer you. All of those 4 heroes have good mobility. And that is what you want against the Drow Ranger. We saw... We saw already multiple times what happens. If you can get on top of the Drow Ranger, she doesn't feel scary. There's a Slark ban. Surprised to see that. Wouldn't they maybe want to pick... Oh, they already have their safe lane. Never mind. So then that ban makes sense. For the Dire side, what do they want to ban out here? Maybe the Abaddon? Because, I mean, it's going to be mostly around, can you protect this Drow Ranger? And the Abaddon would be very, very good at that. And with the Aphotic Shield, with the Mist Coils, he can build auras. I think Abaddon would be a really good pick for Radiant, the more I think about it. Also, Borrowed Time is going to be very good against the Disruptor Glimpse. Like, if you glimpse you back, you will still be alive for a long, long time if that ultimate hasn't been used yet. They ban out the Underlord. I could see that also a good item. Like he can go Force Staff, which I think they may be looking for. Much easier. I think Force Staff on Abaddon is a bit weird, but on Underlord it makes more sense. So we'll see how are they gonna pursue here. Now, what do they need for their safe laner here? They are... Wait, what? So it's gonna be safe lane Magnus and Zeus mid? And there they go for the Abaddon. And so yeah, it is safe lane Magnus and Zeus mid against Drow Rangers, Karen Drow Ranger, safe lane, and Shadow Fiend mid. But they have the Abaddon for some saves. The Zeus is gonna deal a lot of damage, but as soon as this Drow Ranger has her BKB, that might be when a lot of things start to turn around, although they have the RP to deal with it. But they don't have too much physical damage. Magnus, he has some power, yeah, and with the Echo Saber he will hit hard. But not sure if that is gonna be enough. He's also gonna go up against an Abaddon and Rubik lane. Together with the Disruptor. I think it will come a lot down to can the Spirit Breaker make a lot happen around the map in the early stages of the game. Because the Zeus lane, like Zeus deals so much damage as long as you bring a hero, you most likely can get a kill. Oh, level 25 Vengeful Spirit here. And just a level 3 Magnus. Sammy boy has to step it up here. And we are into the game. And we have the Zeus going mid, played by Ray. Then we have Chobo playing the Centaur Warrunner, just heading on mid to take some tower shots. We have Forest on the Spirit Breaker, and in the safe lane it is Because Love on the Disruptor, and last but not least it is Sammy Boy on the Magnus. And then on the Radiant side it is Klaxon on the Abaddon. There it is Sabotage on the Rubik. The Vengeful Spirit Master Tier played by Sunrise. Then we see the Shadow Fiend played by Rise. And he is gonna be in the mid here. There is a charge coming in from the Spirit Breaker. Frost arrows from this from the Drow Ranger, not gonna be enough to kill them. And first blood for the Zeus. Already good start for the Dire side. Now Bounty Runes are gonna be the next point of contest. Retaliate stacks have been used. That was why Centaur went to the mid lane. And he won't get the body blocks. They tried to body block each other. And it is 3 for Dire and only 1 for Radiant. Funnily enough, the one where Radiant got it was also a contest. Now this Abaddon, he is just running at the Disruptor, but there is a charge coming in. Ooh, there is now a Thunderstrike. Now there's another Aphotic Shield to keep. Oh, is he gonna get charged before? No. So Abaddon will be in the offlane. Going up against this Magnus. And there's already a courier going down from the Centaur. Frost arrows onto the Centaur. And he will not have a good lane. This Drow Ranger Vengeful Spirit combo. Wave of Terror, -3 armor. Centaur Warrunner only has 4 armor. So he takes a lot of damage from those arrows by the Drow Ranger. Also slows. Oh, he's gonna get last hit. It is Sammy Boy, the Magnus. And in mid, it is a 5-for-1 to the 3-0 of the Shadow Fiend. But Zeus is getting kinda low here. He has a Salve. Oh, there's a race, and now he's just dealing some damage to the Shadow Fiend, as Shadow Fiend has to run back from the creep wave. And we see here this Drow Ranger, she will have a good time against this Centaur War on a Spirit Breaker lane. Spirit Breaker, he will really have to try to make something happen, I believe, in other lanes than this Vengeful Spirit Drow Ranger lane. Unless Drow Ranger heavily overextends and gets caught by a Hoof Stomp and Retaliate stacks, I don't really think there's going to be much kill potential. There is a charge, just as I say that, and they are going to go. They get the Hoof Stomp, and never mind what I said. They get the Drow Ranger easy. Retaliate stacks 13. And that's already now 2 kills for the Radiant, for the Dire side. And this Magnus, he is having as free of a game as you can ask for. Meanwhile, in mid, it is just Shadow Fiend raising the wave and just getting more and more attack damage with those souls. And up top, do they get the 4th hit? There's the slow and the silence applied to the Magnus, but it is just harass. Magnus, a very, very tanky hero, already has a Bracer plus 3 Iron Branches. Most likely hoping for an Ironwood tree. Or also just for the added benefit of the tangos. Now Spirit Breaker is charging here. He is gonna charge onto the Shadow Fiend mid, and Zeus is gonna make the rotation. There is, now they are gonna go on the tower here. Vengeful Spirit is here, and there is a stun onto the Zeus. Zeus is getting low. Raze not going to hit. There is a bash onto the Vengeful Spirit, and everybody will survive. But there's now a DD for the Shadow Fiend, as if he hasn't high enough base damage plus his Necromastery. Well, let's give him some more, Ice Frog says. And there is a skewer from the Abaddon under tower here. Kinetic field not gonna be in time. So Abaddon gets away with a warning there, saying, hey, this can happen at any time, okay? Now down bottom, the Centaur having a much better game than I expected. There is a stun from the Drow Ranger, but there is the charge through from the Spirit Breaker going right onto the Drow Ranger here. Now this was the 5-minute bounty runes. And it is gonna be a 2-for-2 exchange. Oh, they get the stun onto this Vengeful Spirit here. And Vengeful Spirit, she has overextended, but she has a wand, a stick. And Centaur can't pursue any further. But now it is a 2-for-2 bounty rune exchange. So no team really getting an edge here, but both teams just getting some economy. Especially the supports are appreciative. Now Shadow Fiend already level 6, meanwhile Zeus still level 5. Now they see Sammy Boy here. Abaddon, he is gonna get skewered away once again. Is there gonna be a kinetic field? There is a glimpse, but it will not really be if anything further back. There is now the aphotic shield and the lift up with the telekinesis. There is a fate bolt, and there are now the Zeus ultimate getting both supports very low, and Rubik dies, and Abaddon nearly dying as well. A lot happening there. Nice Zeus ultimate, got like helped got 2 assists from it. And now it really looks like this Spirit Breaker and Centaur are having a good... are gonna continuing to apply the pressure against this Drow Ranger. Centaur has now finished the face boots. And Spirit Breaker is still around if they want to make a move here. Drow Ranger close to hitting level 6. Rubik getting a deep ward here. And they're spotting that there's nobody coming yet. Will be spotting out the Magnus very soon. Magnus has his level 6, so RP is available. There's an Iron Talon. Who will take it? Oh, Zeus, he has an invisibility rune. And they are together with the Disruptor. They set up for the Shadow Fiend and the charge in. And Shadow Fiend, he's gonna try to take down the Disruptor, but they lose the Shadow Fiend. Invisibility rune setting it up for Ray, and now it's a 5-for-1 kill lead for the Radiant. Meanwhile, down bottom, they try to go on to this Centaur, but can't really follow through on it. Ocean Heart been found by Sammy Boy. Now they're saying, hey, let's go on this. There's not gonna be a stun. And he has his level 6, so Stampede is available. They see the Shadow Fiend once again, but he is a very strong hero right now. So don't want to go on it without more backup. Meanwhile, Sammy Boy, he is just in the woods, hitting creeps, going for Echo Saber. There is a charge now onto the Drow Ranger, and the Stampede forward is not going to get the hoof stomp off, and the double edge not going to be enough damage, and now the turnaround with the Rubik, and they are going to get the kill onto the Spirit Breaker. Nice turnaround there from the Radiant. The telekinesis from Rubik saving the Drow Ranger. Meanwhile, up top, your offlaner just got soloed. And that was also borrowed time used. But it was also his RP used, so. And now Zeus trying to steal away the farm from this Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend gonna go for drums first. Just some good old stats. Meanwhile, Zeus has his Aether Lens finished if he wants to disassemble his arcane boots. Now we're closing on the 10-minute mark. Oh, and now there is the Frost Arrows, and Magnus has to skewer away. They get vision of him with the Wave of Terror. And I like this move. They will be able to enable this this outpost for themselves, as well as 2 bounty runes. And Rubik just gonna do some stacking here. He's gonna get the telekinesis, gets the bounty rune. And now that will be 3 bounty runes for the Radiant. They show they are not out of this game. They might not have 6 kills as the Dire Side has, but they are still here. Zeus getting close to his level 10. Up top, they get the kill on the Disruptor. Not really sure why Disruptor was still there. Now, in mid, they get the charge onto the Shadow Fiend, but he can't get his Requiem off, and he will go down. Now, there is a Stampede used. And up top, do they want to defend this tower here? There is a haste rune from the Zeus, and he still has 1 bottle charge, so more mana available. Now, Vengeful Spirit, she has her swap available. Now, Spirit Breaker, he is here. He's gonna charge right on through. And Vengeful Spirit already nearly dead. Now Centaur, he doesn't have Stampede anymore. And they will just disengage. There's the Ironwood tree recipe. Does he still have? No, he only has one more Iron Branch. So we'll see if he's gonna buy 2 more. I assume he will, because it's a really good stats. Very, very stat efficient. Now Shadow Fiend is getting charged again, but Spirit Breaker not gonna follow through on that. Now we see in terms of net worth, it is this this Magnus just being absolutely uncontested. 5,500 net worth at 11 minutes in. Ocean Heart has been found for the Shadow Fiend. And they're doing very well on the Dire side. They have a 1k lead. Now Radiant, they're gonna go for the push now. Abaddon has his face boots finished. Drow Ranger has some good stats close to her Dragon Lance. And they have minus armor and everything, so... There is a scan from the Dire. Is it gonna clips the Rubik? There, it will now clips on the Abaddon. The Rubik steals the Skewer. Now in mid, there is a TP in from the Rubik. And Shadow Fiend here already got charged. And he is gonna get his Styx charges off. And is he gonna still survive here? There is a Requiem of Souls. It is gonna apply the fear. And he gets the kill. And they also get the kill on the Zeus. Very good turnaround there for the Radiant. Also, Shadow Fiend survived on a sliver of HP. Oh, Spirit Breaker, does he see him? No, he doesn't. He is just gonna TP out. But all of this is while, meanwhile, Sammy boy, he's farming. He got his Echo Saber. He's gonna go for the Blink Dagger next. Is this in range of this sentry? No. And now down bottom, the Centaur, he is getting low, but Vengeful Spirit, she might have bit of more than she can chew. And Rubik is gonna get charged and is gonna go down here as well. There's a bulldoze from the Rubik, and the Disruptor with the glimpse is gonna get even the Drow Ranger, and Drow Ranger now triple kill for this Zeus. And that's what I mean, they will run at you with Stampede, with Charge, with Glimpse. And that was without the Magnus. Magnus, meanwhile, was just farming and taking the outpost. He is level 13, meanwhile the mid laner is level 11. I'm very scared for Radiant right now. And the bar time already been popped from the Abaddon. Now 250 gold more for the Magnus till he has his Blink Dagger. Oh, Rubik going very low there. And there was a smoke. I believe they saw that. They don't have vision around here. And they immediately will reveal it with this. Is there a ward? No. But it was still the Thundergoth Wrath, the after vision, I believe, maybe saw that they were smoking. Zeus now has the Ironwood tree. Finished his Aether Lance. And now Magnus, he has his Blink Dagger. So now they are really ready. Dire is ready to rumble. They are ready to bring the pain. 3k lead. Do they have a smoke here? No smoke. Disruptor is gonna get a smoke. No. Wards and TPs. Zeus also found the Philosopher's Stone. Oh, I hear a charge. They are gonna charge onto the Shadow Fiend and the Blink Dagger from the Zeus, and they already get the mid laner of the Russian stack. And now they will just turn this into a tier 1 push here. And now we see there is this timing. Centaur Blink, Magnus Blink. charge. How will you fight this? There's a swap onto this Centaur, but Centaur is so tanky. Now he's getting low, and he will go down. Now this Drow Ranger, she is starting to hit hard, and they will get the Spirit Breaker as well. And the Telekinesis and the Disruptor is gonna go down too. That's now 3 heroes down. And we just saw what happens if you don't take care of this Drow Ranger. She will demolish you. And they find the Zeus here. Now Magnus, he has his level 15. So he's strong. He has an Essence Ring. He's going to go straight Crystallis. And he might just find some kills here. There's a charge onto the Rubik. And the pause. Kind of questionable. Sorry. Go. And there's a skewer away from the Magnus. He saw there are too many heroes around here. But there's a blink in from the Centaur and the ultimate from the Zeus. But Centaur is getting low. Charge through. He doesn't have his ultimate. And there's a Static Storm hitting onto the Vengeful Spirit here. And Vengeful Spirit will go down. And so will the Spirit Breaker. But now they are storming forward. Shadow Fiend, he has finished his drums. Do they still want to fight here? And now Magnus, he just wants to take down this tier 1 mid. It's like, I had enough of this. Let's just take this, okay? And now it will get denied by the Abaddons, so denying a lot of gold to the Dire team. And we see it's only a 2k lead so far. That doesn't mean too much in the grand scheme of things. But it is just on this Magnus. And if they can find the jump, as we've seen, they've been able to do a few times already. This Drow Ranger, she has a Hood of Defiance and a Nether Shawl. I'm a big fan of that. Just going some defensive items because they do have enough damage. Now there's a charge onto the Shadow Fiend again. Is there going to be any follow-up? Ultimate from the Spirit Breaker used. And the Disruptor here as well. And now Zeus is here. Swap out. But the Glimpse will be here. Requiem not going to be in time. And now, are they going to be able to take down the Disruptor? Lightning Bolt dealing a lot of damage from the Rubik. Now they get the double kill. Now Vengeful Spirit also going to go down. But the Drow Ranger is here, dealing more than enough damage to deal with the Centaur. And now, but there is an RP onto the Drow Ranger and the Rubik. Double kill for Sammy Boy. And now Abaddon, he looks pretty lonely because he doesn't have a team. Is he gonna get... Oh, nice charge. And that will save the Zeus. Very good charge there from Forest. Meanwhile, Sammy Boy, he doesn't even care about this fight. He only TPs now. He was like, yo, I wanted to take care of some creeps first. And a mega kill streak for the Magnus. Beautiful RP on the Drow Ranger and the Rubik, and eliminating the Drow Ranger. We saw the Drow Ranger was not really bothered at the first part of the fight, and that's how they were able to take down the Centaur, the Disruptor. But then Magnus came in. Blink, RP, and they get it done. And now this Drow Ranger, she is gonna go into the Mantis style next. This Magnus nearly has hit level 20. Abaddon, you're gonna get Glimpse back. Goodbye. And then now this tower is pretty much forfeit. And that's tier 1 for the Dire. And now 20 minutes, both outposts controlled by the Dire. And there's another pause. Lag, sorry. So both outposts controlled by the Dire, so only Dire will get experience. And it also looks like they will take at least 2 or 3 or 4 bounty runes. There's only Zeus down here. Zeus, he has found a Pupil's Gift, so a lot of stats together. Oh, he doesn't have the Ironwood tree anymore. Oh, it is in the hands of the Disruptor. Oh, there. Oh, there is a Glimpse and a swap onto the Disruptor here, but they are... Oh, there is the Glimpse being used. on the Rubik. Very confusing spells there. Oh, wait, he stole a glimpse, but on who did he? I'm confused. That's all you guys need to know. Abaddon, he's gonna go for a pipe here, so even more negate against the Zeus's damage. Now they get the telekinesis and the follow-up stun onto the centaur, but centaur is the tankiest target. They already lost their Rubik, and there is a buyback from the Rubik here. He will TP in, and now there is an RP, and the 2-hit from Magnus. Double kill on the supports here. Now this Drow Ranger, she is gonna get not turned around upon. She just eliminates the Magnus, and he's dead for 70 seconds. That RP, while it looked super cool and just eliminating 2 heroes with 1 double hit from Echo Saber, always nice to do. But they did not address the Drow Ranger, and the Drow Ranger just killed the Magnus, who's now still dead for 50 more seconds. Don't forget, Rubik bought back, and he is alive before the Magnus, despite Magnus only dying like 10 seconds after the Rubik. But Rubik, of course, he is level 11. Meanwhile, Magnus, level 20. Has finished the Daedalus. He's still very, very strong. There's that cannot be denied. And now Spirit Breaker has the Urn of Shadows. Rubik, he has an Aether Lance going into a Blink Dagger next. Vengeful Spirit, just neutral items plus a casual hood against Zeus. And Disruptor, he has the Philosopher's Stone. That is going to help him acquire quite a good amount of net worth. Oh, and they will immediately deward that sentry. There is a Zeus ultimate being used, and they see now this ward here. Very, very annoying to ward again. How to ward against Zeus. Shadow Fiend, he has his BKB now. Just now finished. Now there is a smoke available for the Vengeful Spirit. She just bought it, I believe. Yes, she just bought the smoke. So do they want to make a play with this BKB? Drow Ranger also has finished the Yasha. So 1500 health and a lot of damage on this Drow Ranger. But she is going to need her first stuff. There's a stun onto this Spirit Breaker, and the charge from the Rubik, and the lift up, bulldoze, and the swap onto the Zeus. Actually much more important kill, and they get the Zeus. Zeus, he has no defensive items. He has Aghanim Scepter, Aether Lance. I guess he has an Essence Ring, and that will be Radiance going straight into Roshan. Are they going to react to this? And if a good RP can change everything around here. But Vengeful Spirit, she took away the vision. Are they going to smoke? No, they are not going to contest it. Would have been too late, and now that is an Aegis in the hands of the Drow Ranger. Despite the lead for the Dire side, this Magnus is very, very farmed, but can he carry this game with that? Drow Ranger has it now, level 15. Oh, sees the Disruptor here, gets the Silent off and the multi-shot, and it's one more hit, and it's going to get it. And now there is Magnus just skewering away. Magnus is gonna go for an AC next. Smoke by the Abaddon. Solo smoke? I guess it just broke on the other heroes already. Now they get this outpost here. And now they will take towers, and they do a lot of damage. They have a Drow Ranger. Also, Drow Ranger found in the Ring of Aquila, or Aquila, however you want to say it. And has now finished the Force Staff, so more defensive capabilities. Meanwhile, Centaur is pushing in mid. But this tier 2 is taking a lot of damage. There is now the fortification. Are they going to fight this? Dire, meanwhile, just pushing this tier 2 here. There's a TP in from the Drow Ranger. Oh. Are they gonna go on this? Drow Ranger. Oh, telescope. Oh my god, give this to the Zeus and he can stand even further back. Oh, to the Disruptor. I mean, it will affect everybody. There it is, on the Disruptor. So the range on Glimpse. Actually, 2 full screens. Now we see the charge onto this Abaddon here. They know that the rest of the Radiant team is down, is up top, and there is a charge. And there is the follow-up ultimate and the Nimbus from the Zeus. Now there is a borrowed time available, and he will try to TP out, but the stun from the Centaur. And Abaddon, he will go down. There will be nobody here to rescue him. And there's also no more possibility to deny himself. He has a Helm of the Dominator. Now Shadow Fiend, he has a Paladin sword. That is gonna give him some lifesteal together with the Vampire Fangs. I feel like they should give at least one lifesteal item to the Drow Ranger. Now Rubik, he not quite decided yet if he wants to go Blink or the Aghanim Scepter. And we see now Drow Ranger has found a Mindbreaker. Oh, is Magnus gonna go for the Courier? No, he's just gonna go for the Creep Wave. He has an AC finished. Assault Cuirass finished for the Magnus. He has 3000 health. He hits for 300. And he has a Daedalus. He hits for nearly 400. Do you see those Ancients? Those Ancients fall. And up top, they get the ultimate onto the Shadow Fiend. And Shadow Fiend, he has a BKB, is going to use it. But that's the 10-second BKB charge. Used just to chase a Spirit Breaker that he might not even get. There's a Telekinesis now. And the Requiem is going to apply the Fear. And there's a Silence. And they get the Spirit Breaker. But the Static Storm onto the Drow Ranger. And Drow Ranger is going to get swapped out. But glimpsed back into the Static Storm. And the 3-man RP. And both supports are already eliminated. Now there's a 4-step away from the Drow Ranger. Drow Ranger, she has lifesteal. Is she going to be able to turn this around? There's a Nimbus now. And now this is Aegis down. Abaddon is still here. But it is this Magnus that is also still here. Shield for the Drow Ranger. Gets the Gust. It's going to focus on the Centaur first. Now Centaur, oh, he will go down. But it costs you the life of your Drow Ranger. And now it is just Abaddon left. And there's a skewer from the Magnus. Magnus, he just hits too hard. 930 damage. Crit. And there is a shockwave. And a hit. Rampage for the Magnus. And they have the vision with the Zeus lightning bolts. And the swap away. There is a charge from the Spirit Breaker. And double Rampage for Sammy Boy. He has hit level 25 plus 15% in power. He hits for, let me do the math very quick, 450 damage. Plus Daedalus post. How do you deal with this man? It looked really good. Drow Ranger was able to deal with everybody, but the Magnus was just too much. And there is now a basher for this Magnus. Titan Sliver has been dropped. Magnus going into the Abyssal Blade next. Now it is a 9k lead. Now if you can catch out this Magnus alone, maybe you will be able to take him down. That's a big maybe. He has 3400 health. He has 38 armor. They have good amounts of minus armor on the Radiant side. They have the Princess of the Dark Lord. They have, do they have a medallion? They don't have a medallion. Surprisingly enough. But the Drow Ranger, she hits really hard. She was able to kill the Zeus and the two supports very easily. Not as delightful hittings as the Magnus, who just RPs and then pretty much two shots the supports. But still, a lot of damage coming out from the Drow Ranger. And there is a Stampede used. And it is to go onto this Rubik, but he gets his Blink Dagger off. But the charge will still go. There's a Spirit Vessel and the ultimate. And goodbye, Sabotage. And they also see the Vengeful Spirit here with the Lightning Bolts and the Glimpse. And maybe one more hit. Lightning Bolt and the last hit for the Disruptor. And now a 13k lead for SftP. But they haven't taken high ground yet. Magnus says, hey, one-shotting creep waves. Can you guys do something? He has finished his Abyssal Blade. That means his ability to get on top of this Drow Ranger is even more absurd. What is he? I think he's gonna go BKB next, or I would assume. And this tier 4 at tier 3 is falling very quickly. Holy shit. Oh my god, this tower. It's like, there they get the telekinesis. But there is a stun onto the Drow Ranger and the charge through. Drow Ranger is getting the swap out and gets glimpse on the Shadow Fiend. And now can they get any kills here? They get the Centaur. But they want more. They want this Magnus. Magnus is 14-1-1. Oh, he is ready with his RP. And there's the RP on 3 heroes. Swap away. But the Abyssal Blade and another hit. And the triple kill for the Magnus. And the Shadow Fiend with the kill steal. And now Magnus, he's gonna hit on the Drow Ranger. Drow Ranger just bought back. GG is called. And ultra kill for Sammy Boy. Unfortunately, it was the Rampage this time was stolen by Spirit Breaker. But very, very, very well played by this Magnus.